Hey, on the channel, get your quarters ready as we step into the Gamerverse with Marvel Legends Gargantos.
Kyle steps up, he's on with the mic, a warrior's heart, ready to strike, revealing heroes from every dimension, each piece of story, a bold intention. Dude's got no charm, just plastic and strife. This isn't a game, it's Kyle's real life. He tears them apart with a fire so bright, every review a battle, every take a fight. See you later, goodbye, what are we doing? In this plastic prison, searching for freedom, cutting through the lies.
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Marvel Legends unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we step into the Gamerverse once again for another big boy, this time Gargantos. But for all your Gargantos needs and a whole lot more, hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal out there. We know how that goes, but by the time you're watching this, there might not be any left. I think they got about 4 or 5 of these in, so not very many. Going fast, as you can imagine. A lot of people looking after this one here, but I got to be honest, when I played Marvel vs. Capcom, played a little of this, I don't remember ever being Gargantos. I don't know why. Maybe it was because way back then, I wasn't familiar with the character. I was like, I want to be Wolverine. I want to be Silver Samurai or whoever, Juggernaut maybe. I don't know. I never remember playing as him. I probably did, but I really don't recall it. But this is an interesting way to get this guy in the Marvel Legends line. I think the last time I saw him or even thought of him outside of this was the Doctor Strange movie. So it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one for sure. And it's definitely different than your Sabretooths, Juggernauts, Thanos, Psylocke. Very crazy. Like an octopus with a big eye. Almost what it looks like. But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's see what Gargantos is up to. This is a old school, during the height of COVID, feels like box packaging on this one. Is there's no bubble to see what you're getting here. It's all cardboard throughout this whole thing, but a heavy one, as you can imagine as well. Marvel Legends, Gamerverse, Gargantos, big, I guess, video game rendition right there, render. On the side, you got Gargantos over here, a little bit of the action figure. And then you got it over here on this side as well, looking extra creepy. Then on the back, we get a little bit of blurb. We get a bunch of jibber jabber. We get a little this. Unfortunately, Silver Samurai took a fall, took a big loss to Gargantos there, as we can see. But what does it say about Gargantos? A giant cephalopod monster with tentacles. Gargantos brings his enormous size and strength into battle. He sure does. He sure does. And we're going to get him out of the package, Spider-Man style. See you later. Goodbye. See what we got going on here. That is it. See you later. Goodbye once again. And look at this. Very crazy here. So we do get the big tentacles going on. Looking interesting. We got 3 more tentacles here. Uh-oh. Losing it. Losing it. Get the head going on here as well. And then, of course, you do get the, I don't know, what is this thing technically? I guess a weapon? I don't know. A spiked ball? Whatever you want to say it with the eyeball here. But we got the tentacles, got to put them together. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put Gargantos together. We'll be back talking all things Gamerverse, Marvel Legends, Gargantos. All right, we got Gargantos out of the package. Let's dive into it. But first, let's look at his one accessory here with his little friend. Got the old spiky ball going on. I guess his little weapon in this Gamerverse universe here. But you got that creepy eye. Looks like he needs some Visine. Somebody call up Ben Stein. I'm still trying to win Ben Stein's money, of course, but he used to have those Visine commercials. Maybe he still does. Is Ben Stein still alive? I'm pretty sure he is. I think he'll live forever right in here in our hearts, that's for sure. But looking very good here with the green. Got the silver little spikes on it. Very, very cool. Now we do get a little hole on here, and I'm not sure if that's for one of these tentacles to fit into. I don't think so. No, maybe one of these little tentacles. There you go. No, maybe not. I don't know where that fits. I might have to play around with it a little bit. Well, maybe that's it. Yep, it does fit on there. So it does fit on him if you want to use it that way. So you got some options. You got some options. But now we got a very complex figure, but a very simple figure at the same time. Very interesting. No other accessories. It is Gargantos. As you can see right here, there's a lot of ways to display this guy. Looks a little bit creepy here is how he looks. Almost looks like one of those, what is it, xenomorph face huggers or something from Alien. Now, never seen an Alien movie, Todd McFarlane, as you know. But I do know the lore. I do know a lot about it. They got those face huggers, I think they get on your face. Kind of has that feel to it a little bit. Also reminds you a little bit of Starro from DC Universe as well. There's some comparisons there. If they did an amalgamation, once again, shout out to that comic book back in the day. Maybe those two could square off. Who knows? Maybe they already have. But we're going to dive into this one here. And I guess we'll start with the eye. That's the closest thing to the head and face for him. We got the big all-seeing eye. You got the little plastic behind there. Once again, he needs to get some Visine. Very red in the eyeball. Very creepy looking, of course. Got all those veins going throughout there, just looking extra creepy. Can you imagine this thing just looking at you and following you around with that one eye? It'd be nightmare fuel. It'd be nightmare fuel. But very cool that you can close the eyes. You got two different pieces of plastic you can close down. So much like faces with movable jaws and stuff like that, there's a lot of different ways you can go about this one. You can have it half closed at the top, half closed at the bottom, fully open, fully closed, partially closed, way down there. There's many different looks, and it's crazy how the look and change of the eye and how you position it really makes it feel like, you know, he's looking at sly moves, or he's really angry or really mad. You can do a lot of personality just moving that around, which is key to something like this. Once again, there's a lot of stuff you can do, but not a lot of stuff you can do. So the eye, of course, the all-seeing eye looking very good. Really do like the options with this one here. So very cool to see that. Now you got a couple of those antennas, tentacles, I guess, more like it. You got 4 of them up there around the eye. Of course, green throughout on this guy. We see the green everywhere. Makes sense. And then you get into the tentacle arms here. Now we got 6 tentacles. We can see they just plug in very easily. It doesn't matter where one goes where or anything like that. You just plug them in. Now there's definitely an upside and a backside. I guess you can choose which one wants to be it. Turn them around just like so. They do move, the articulation here. So you get the underside of the tentacles. You get the front side of the tentacles. Everyone has a joint there. I guess we can walk through articulation. You get the joint, of course, all the way up, all the way back. And then you get the side to side. So you get that for every single tentacle if you want to. And then you get to the tentacles themselves. Each one has a little curl on the end, so you can kind of grip things, I guess. And then you got a little bit more of a, I don't know, arm, hand, wiggle, I don't know, whatever you want to call it there. But we do get some different ends on here. And the articulation, like I said, you can move all the way around. But the coolest part of the articulation is the bendy wire. Of course, the bendy wire is looking very cool on here. Gives him even more personality. As I said, you can move, mix and match, put his legs back, forward, side to side, however you want to do it. You can mix it around, move it around. Now, the bendy wires are pretty tight. It's one of those things you got to kind of work into the perfect position. Not going to be the easiest guy to stand. Definitely going to be a shelf killer, as you can imagine, with this big guy here. But there's a lot of different ways to go about this one. So with all the different tentacles having their own personality to be able to move around, then you throw the eyeball in the mix right there. There is a lot you can do with this guy. So it feels very simple, looks very simple on the surface. But man, this could be one of the most posable figures of Marvel Legends of all time if you really break it down and think about it here. Now, this is a heavy price tag on this guy. Obviously, a huge deluxe figure. One of the bigger figures from Marvel Legends this year when you really think about the sizing of it all. And it's one of those figures where I don't think you can ever do a repaint or a variant of it. And maybe a re-release. I guess you could paint it all in black if you had other colors maybe. But it's almost like a one and done is what it feels like on this one here, which is very cool. We don't get a lot of one and done figures, as we do know, but it could lead that way for this one. But a lot you can do with this guy. But man, I just can't get over how big this thing is. And I'm not sure if he'll even fit on a Billy Bookcase shelf for me. I might have to figure all that out later. I guess it's a future problem, Kyle, that came a little too quick for me, if you ask me. Last big figure we unboxed on the channel was the Dragon Man. So you can kind of see a little bit of a size difference, the Dragon Man. Roughly almost the same size, really. When you kind of look at it there. And I do got a Wolverine, of course, from the Gamerverse. You can kind of see that size difference here, too. So you can have these guys square off. Get your quarters ready once again. But this is a fun figure. This is something a lot of people have been looking forward to. Really one of those figures you got to use your imagination to how you want him posed, how you want him displayed. You could have him attacking multiple people. You can have him wrapped up real tight. There's a lot of different poses you can get him into. And then you throw the eyeball feature on there. Man, oh man, there is a lot of different looks you can get on this guy, which is pretty darn cool if you ask me. So one of the coolest innovative items from the Marvel Legends team in 2026. 2025, how about? Or 2025, 2026, what are we doing? Are we from the future? I just got out of my time machine, but 2025, I should say. But one of the best figures as far as feeling different, looking different, transforming the line in a lot of ways. So a very cool figure here from the Marvel Legends team and the Gamerverse lineup, which really, I've said it before in some of the other Gamerverse unboxings, really, I don't know if I would say saved the line, but gave a nice shot into the arm of the Marvel Legends line here in 2025. So, and this is a big part of it here. Gargantos here today. But what's your thoughts on Gargantos? Did you play as him in the video game? And are you picking up this figure? Let me know in the comments down below. And you made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day, and then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over there on Patreon. Patreon, the best way to support this channel. You can also check out YouTube channel memberships if that's your thing. Check out my podcast, Kyle Peterson Show, every Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found. Video cast on YouTube. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. So for Gargantos, Marvel Legends, and the Gamerverse, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
I've got the goods.